AFTV, Julian, on 3-2 defeat. That guy over there is not very happy, but do we look too deep into it? It is a friendly. It is all about players getting up to speed. You do see massive changes in these games, but what did you make of it?
Well, that gentleman seems to think that the team we just played against is no better than an average team in the Scottish League, he was saying. And I think that's incorrect. I think the team that we come up against, because when we play football, it's not just about how we play, it's about how the opposition play. And I looked at their pre-season results and I thought, then we're going to beat this team easily. They hadn't actually won a pre-season game, but then if you go back a little bit further, in competitive games, they won their last 5 games in the Spanish League. They lost, I think, twice in the calendar year. So the Spanish League is not the Scottish League. It's one of the top leagues in the world, and that team is one of the top teams in the Spanish League. So I think,
4 teams there.
well, there's actually 5. There's 5 teams because they've got 5 teams in the Champions League, and they are one of them. And we came up against a good team. So that's the positive, that it was a competitive game. But there was plenty of negatives in that game, and the biggest negative is that we lost the game, which has to be concerning because pre-season games aren't like they used to be. It's not just a kick around in a local park against a non-league team. You're playing top opposition, and it's in front of a crowd. And they do take it seriously. You've only got to look at the team selections from both teams to see how seriously this game was taken. And it is concerning that we lost. And it's not just about individual performances. Because I know Frank came on and said, what I want to see is good individual performances. And that's great, having 11 great players on the pitch. But it's not actually about 11 great players on the pitch. It's about having a great team. And that's on Mikel. Because Mikel has been given now, you can't blame the ownership. Anyone that blames the ownership now, I think, has not got an argument. What they've done, they've put the money up. We've got the squad for every single position. We've got 2 very high quality players for each position. Now what it's about is Mikel being able to blend those players in to be a fantastic team. And today we didn't see that.
Yeah, I mean, problems defensively over the last few games, but key players have been missing in those areas. But again, do you look too much into that? Or do you just say, listen, it won't be like that come Man United away, first game of the season?
Well, one of the positives about 10 days' time is that the quality of opposition we're playing first game of the season, I don't think is going to be as good as the quality of the opposition we play today.
I don't know, man. And they've brought in some good signings now. Mateus Cunha's in there. They're about to buy Sesko. They've got Brian Mbeumo there. It's going to be a different Man United we're facing.
Well, the Man United team that I've seen over the last few seasons has been very poor.
And we didn't beat them. You're forgetting that. We didn't beat them at their place.
We didn't beat them in the last game, and that was a
we didn't beat them in the FA Cup.
That was an even bigger travesty of justice. That was absolutely ridiculous. We should have done. But all I'm saying is that I'm not saying Man United are a terrible team. I just don't think they're going to defend like Villarreal defended today, which was, it was quality. It was quality defence, and we didn't have the answer to that defending as it was last season.
Yeah, is that worrying that we can't break down these low blocks?
Absolutely, because nothing's changed. The personnel might have changed, but the tactics haven't, because it was exactly the same as what we saw last season, is that come up against a low block, we're struggling. I mean, at the beginning of the game, I think it was either you or me said it was total domination for the first 15, 16 minutes, but we're missing the point. It's not about possession, it's about putting the ball in the back of the net. And when you actually think about that first 15, 16 minutes, we may have had total domination of the ball, but we didn't really create that many chances. I remember one save from their keeper, which was a good save. Saka, again, should have pulled it back, and I think Gyökeres could have scored from that, and he didn't. It was a decent save, but we don't create the chances. It seems the same again. It's deja vu.
Yep, and listen, we've got Gyökeres in now. Hopefully, we're all hoping that he's going to be the player that changes a lot of that he'll be that direct player. They're going to have to learn how to play with him, though, aren't they? Because we ain't had a direct striker for quite a long time. We do have one now.
Okay, so a lot of the fans put the club under a massive amount of pressure. We need a striker, we need a striker, we need a striker. I said we didn't need a striker, not because I don't think Gyökeres is a good player, because the style of play that we play, you might as well have me or you up front. Because if you're not going to play to the strengths, if you're not going to feed the guy the ball, it doesn't matter whether he's the best striker in the world. This is a guy that operates around the box. He's got Also, he's got speed. But if there's no space to utilise that speed, if you're not putting the ball in front of him to run onto, it doesn't matter. He might as well be as slow as you and me because he's not going to get to the ball. There's no point in having him. The way that they've been playing up to now is they have the players like Havertz that kind of pulls back into midfield, and there's a lot more fluidity of movement. And you're right, if he's going to take advantage of the guy, you've got to change the style of play. And today's style of play, and I'm not saying it's a bad style of play, but in one sense it was, because you lost the game badly. You lost 3-2, and it could have been more.
Optimistic ahead of the new season?
Oh, absolutely. Because this is the thing, as fans, it doesn't really matter what you see in front of you. A true fan, and this doesn't matter what team you support. I think Tottenham fans will be going into this season thinking they're going to win the league, because that's what football fans do. All right, it's pre-season. I don't care if we lost 5-6-0. If you'd asked me that question, do you think we're going to win the league? I think absolutely. I wouldn't bother coming if I didn't think positively.